So once you create the table, so now we have to get all the users information into the home page. So for that we just have to use the Axios inside this React application. So for that, just go to your browser again and search for Axios inside this npm.js. so just search for Axios and you can see the Axios here. So the installation instruction for this one is npm Axios. So you can just type that, or you can directly copy into the VS Code. Let me just open the terminal and just type Ctrl and B to paste and just click enter. So this should add the Axios into our React application. So if I just go into this package.json, so you can see the Axios has been already added. So once you do that, let me just close this package.json from here, and we just need to import the Axios. So for that, just type import and just type Axios from Axios. So Axios is now imported. So now we just need to create the object for storing the user information. So for that, let me just type const and just type users, set users, and we will be using the use state hook inside here. So just type use state, and now this will auto import here. So if you are not able to see this auto import, so you can just type manually, and inside here, so we will be writing the initial state as the empty array. So once you do that, so we will be using the UseEffect hook as well. So by using the UseEffect, so you will tell the React that your component needs to do something after the render. So every time the page is open, so it will open the user information. So for that, just type UseEffect, and let me just make one arrow function inside here. And now for demonstration, so if I just type something like console.log, and let me just type code with Arjun, and whenever the page is loading, so this will show this code with Arjun in our console. So if I just go to the browser and go into this React application, just right click and inspect this one. So if I just go into this console here, so you can see the code with Arjun has been loaded when the page is loaded. So we will be using this UseEffect hook to load the user information every time the page loads. So for loading the information, so we will be using the load user. So for that, just type const. So we will be using the Axios here. So just type load users, and inside here, so I will be creating one arrow function, and let me just type const result and just type Axios.get. So since we have already imported Axios, so we will be using the get, and we just need to give the address which we have used for getting all the data. So let me just go into the PostMan. So you can see we have used this link to get all the data information or user information. So let me just copy this one from here. So you can just go into the VS Code and directly paste this one. And also we just need to use the async and await inside here, since the JavaScript execute line by line. So unless this request is completed, so it won't execute the next line. So for that, we just have to use the async here. So just type async and await here. So just type await just before the Axios. So once you do that, so if I just type console.log to print the result, so just type result, and if I just save the application, and if I just go here, and also we just have to add this load user inside this UseEffect as well. So just type load users, not users. So we just need to correct this spelling. So just type users here, and again just correct this one from here as well. And let me just give the bracket here, and also we just need to give the empty array inside here as well. So for that, just type empty array. So what this empty array will do, if we don't give the empty array, so this will run the unlimited time. So if we put this one, so this will runs once only when the page loads. So now if I just save this application and just go into the browser, so now this will show some error like allow cross origin or something like that. So this is the expected error. So this is showing because we haven't connected our front-end application with the back-end application. So to connect our front-end application with back-end application, so we just have to go into the Spring Boot application. So just go into this IntellIj again, and just down here, so you just need to use one annotation. So the annotation is cross origin. So just type cross origin, and here we just need to give the link or the localhost port which we have used for our React application. So for that we just have to type http and just type localhost. So since we are running our application on port 3000, so if you see here it is running on port 3000, so we just have to give this one, and again you need to run your Spring Boot application. So you need to make sure that every time your backend application is running. So you can see, so this has successfully started at port 8080. So once this is done, so if I just go here on front-end application or browser, so if I just reload the application, now the error is gone. So again if you see here, so all the data information are coming here, and if I just go inside this prototype object, so you can see all the information are coming, but this is not clear. So to make it clear, so the information is still loading here. So you can see these are the data from our database. So to get the clear information, so let me just go into the VS Code again, and if I just go down here and just type result.data, so now this should show the data only. So if I just reload the application and just go inside here, so you can see this is showing the data which is coming from our database. So this is only showing the data in our console. So we just want to get the data into this table. So for that we just have to go again in our VS Code. So let me just go inside the VS Code, and at the bottom, so let me just minimize this one from here. So we don't need the whole data inside here. So let me just clear the everything from here. So this table body, so let me just keep one and clear other data. So let me just clear this table row and also this table row from here, and instead of this static data, so we just want to get the dynamic data inside here from the database. So for that we just have to use the map inside here. So just go inside this table body and just type curly braces inside here, and you just need to use the users, which is basically coming from here where we have set the data, and just type users.map. So what this map will do is creates a new array from calling a function for every array element. So whenever new user is created, so it will show on the table. So for that let me just type user, which is for basically individual user, and just type index for counting the number, and inside here let me just create one arrow function, and let me just type something, and you just need to grab this table row from here. So let me just grab everything from here and let me just paste it inside here. So we just want to make this data dynamic instead of this mark auto and whatever into this dynamic data. So we just want to make this data into dynamic. So these are the static data. So for now, so we just have to type key equals index, and instead of this 1, so we just want to type the index plus 1. So this will increase the number of index each time, and basically so we just have to give the name here. So for that just type user.name. So we just want to replace this with name, and just type username. So just type user.username, and similarly so we just want to display the email as well. So for that just type user.email, and if I just save this application and just go into this React application and reload this application, this is not displaying because we are still displaying on our console. So we just need to change this console.log into the set user. So since we have given the set users here, so we just need to set user. So just type set users, and if I just save this application and just go into this application, so you can see these data are displaying inside here. So you can see this is the data coming from our database, and I think the heading has been changed. I don't know when did it change. So let me just change it something like first name, or you can just type name, and you can just give the username, and the third one is email. So just give email, and similarly so we just want to give another heading, so table heading, so which is basically action. So just type action here. Now this should look fine. So instead of this action, so we will be putting some of the icons here. So let's wait for action. So for now, so this is displaying fine. So now if I just add one more data from the postman, so this should display in our application. So let me just go into the postman, and let me just go into the post request and let me just type something like new user. So let me just give the username something like new user, and you can just give new@gmail.com and send the data. So this has successfully created. Now if I just go into the React application and reload the application, so you can see the new user has been successfully added into our application. So though we don't have to reload this application, but for now, so this will load only when the application loads. So now we are reloading this application, so from next time you don't need to reload this application. So this is how you display the data from database into your home page